Today I'm gonna tell you exactly what I would do if I were to start all over from scratch as a new real estate investor. A lot of you will ask me, hey Justin, if you were in my position, what would you do? And I get why you asked that because I've asked that too. But when you think about it, it's an impossible question for me to answer. I mean, every one person has a different life situation, have different skill sets, have different knowledge, backgrounds, and it's impossible to answer what they would do. But from the very least, I can answer the question of what I personally would do if I were to start all over again from scratch, knowing my skill sets and my personality, because that's what complements me. So I started this real estate journey at about 20 years old. I'm 24 now, and at 20, I wasn't all in on it. I was just kind of learning, and that's when I started kind of even hearing about investing. I started learning, listening to podcasts, and that's where I started. So I was a senior in college, and here's what I did, and then I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. So what I did at 20, I started learning about rental properties and real estate investing from a rental property perspective. And so I went out, found a realtor, looked on the MLS, and I ended up finding a home to buy as a rental. So I purchased that home as a rental. So I got into escrow when I was 20, closed it when I turned 21. And I held that rental property for 2 years. And that was a really good experience. I got to learn a ton by just being a real estate investor, having a rental property, what it took to actually rent it out and find tenants and screen the tenants and all that stuff. Now, was the money earned from that life-changing? No. I cash flowed about $200 a month, which is pretty good. However, that first deal brought me the confidence to keep going and keep learning, which is invaluable. But here's what I would have done instead, knowing myself and my skill sets today. I wouldn't have gone the rental property route first. I would have gone to find a house to flip or wholesale. I would have started to find as many wholesalers as I possibly could every single day. So I would have had a goal to myself every single day, at least starting out, to contact one wholesaler a day and make a relationship and tell them that I'm a cash buyer, have cash partners if they ask where I'm gonna get the cash from, and tell them that I'm buying and I'm looking for deals. I would have done that first. So contact one wholesaler a day until it became a very strong habit to where I could contact 2 a day, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. As I'm building relationships with these wholesalers, they're gonna naturally send me deals, and I'm gonna analyze them, I'm gonna make offers on them. A lot of them are not gonna be accepted, but for any offer that's accepted, here's what I would have done. From there, I now have an accepted offer. I would have found a cash investor to partner up with me on the deal. And I would have found someone who's willing to split a portion of the profits with me. So they would provide the money and I would provide the hustle as far as finding the deal for them, getting contractor bids, managing the contractors and the rehabs and all that stuff. So they would bring the money, I do the work. And we would split 50-50 or maybe something like that. It doesn't have to be 50-50, but I would have split the deal. And that would have allowed me to get so much experience and so many flips and projects done without the use of my own money. And I think if I did that from the very beginning, I would have been in a much, much better position than I am today. And on top of that, that's only one thing that I would have done. So I would have focused on the wholesaler relationships and finding deals that way because it's free. I wouldn't have had to pay for marketing for my cold callers and skip tracing or direct mail or texting because all that stuff requires money if you're wanting to do it on a little bit of a scale. The second thing I would have done would be actually contact and network with realtors. So it would have been the same exact approach. I would have found realtors, connect with them, tell them I'm a cash buyer looking for deals to buy, and I would have been waiting for them to send stuff to me. And at the same time, I would have just been networking with them and connecting with them every single month just to catch up so that I'm constantly on top of their mind whenever they come across a good deal. And the same approach applies. They would send me deals, I would offer, a lot would not get accepted, but a couple would. And the ones that would, I would find the cash partner to bring the money and we can flip stuff together so I get a portion of the profits. So that's a second thing I would have done. And this is also free. It's free to talk to realtors. You don't have to pay for any marketing. It's wholesalers, realtor relationships. And I'm only going this route because I have a certain skill set. I've recently discovered that I'm very good at networking. For some reason, I find fun and joy in bringing other people value and just talking to people. It's very different than the game of cold calling or the direct to seller marketing, where I don't know why, I just don't like it as much. It doesn't come as easy to me and I've had to learn sales and all that stuff to get better at it. But the networking and just talking to people, that's natural to me. I'm good at it. So that's where I would have started. And I would have done one more thing. I would have been looking for deals on the MLS. Now hear me out, because a lot of you watching this video are thinking you can't find deals on the MLS, and I think that is a lie, because I found deals on the MLS and it's very easy to do so. I would have set up very specific searches with a realtor who would have represented me, and I would have looked for deals on the MLS, and I would have made an offer every single day. And then once that became a habit, just like everything else, I would have upped it to 2 offers a day, then 3 offers a day, then 4 offers a day, and then I would have been making as many as I possibly could where I could keep a consistent habit of it. And I would have found deals that way, and when I found deals and when I made offers on those MLS deals, I would have done the same exact thing with the wholesalers and with the realtors. I would have made the offers, and then I would have found the money for it. It wouldn't have been any of my own money. And I say this because recently I've discovered that it can be very stressful using your own money in your flips. If you're flipping a home, you don't get paid until 4 or 6 months later, maybe even longer. And during that time frame, you have expenses. So it's not just business, it's personal expenses too. And when you have all these expenses going out and all of your money are out in flips, it's super stressful because you're having to manage your cash flow, and I would have been in a much happier, much better position if I used other people's money from the get-go. Those are the 3 things that I would have done differently as a new real estate investor, starting from scratch from the very beginning and knowing what I know about myself now. And I'm not trying to position this with me and my current skill set today back when I was age 20. What I'm saying is that if I was age 20 with those age 20 skill sets, I would have done this exact same thing. Keep in mind, this might not be for you. You might have a different skill set than me. I love talking to people. I love building relationships and networking. That's fun to me. And I didn't really know that was a skill set. It was just something that I like doing. And you might be different, and that's okay, but you have to figure out what your skill set is, and the only way you can figure that out is trying stuff. What you are gonna do really depends on your life situation and your skill sets. If you stuck here to the very end, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna be doing a book giveaway, and if you wanna win this book, make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment down below, and you'll be entered the chance to win this book, and I'll be announcing the winner on my Instagram story in 2 days. Thank you so much for watching. See you at the next one.